my name is Hodges, and I am living with junctional EB.
Hello, my name is Rafi Copeland, and I have EB.
Hello, my name is Carter, and I live with EB simplex.
Hi, I am Guadalupe Yepes, and I live with dystrophic Epidermolysis Bullosa.
Hi, I'm Vince Carter. Congratulations to Deborah on fighting EB for 40 years. Please join us in the fight against EB. Your tax-deductible donation allows Deborah to provide free services to those who suffer from the worst disease you've never heard of. We appreciate your support, and take care.
One of the things that we notice about working with patients and families with EB is just how positive the patients and families are whilst dealing with a truly devastating disease. We often invite patients and their carers to come in and speak to us about this disease. And despite all of the difficulties, one of the things that's truly amazing to us is just how positive these patients and their carers are.
He goes through so much and experiences pain daily, and to see him still have such a playful attitude and a positive attitude, like, I'm going to get better one day. He always tells us that.
I think that is really what stands out to me is the optimism, the spirit, and the doggedness to overcome. And I think, the stories that I hear of just 24/7, it never ends.
It's the spirit, the courage, and the strength of those living with epidermolysis bullosa, or what we call the worst disease you've never heard of, that motivates all of us at Debra from America. Good evening. My name is Brett Copeland. I'm the executive director of Debra. But more importantly, I'm the father of Rafi, a 14-year-old girl living with recessive dystrophic EB. Tonight, we're celebrating 40 years of providing free programs and services to those living with this horrific disease while funding the most innovative research aimed at understanding, treating, and curing all types of EB. Tonight is a celebration of not only our 40 years, but also of the progress in drug development. We're standing on the precipice of real change for those living with EB. In fact, by this time next year, I anticipate that we'll have at least 2 FDA-approved treatments. They aren't cures, but they have demonstrated effectiveness in treating this disease, of helping wounds close, and of reducing the incredible pain that EB causes. Remember, you can't cure the common cold, but you can take Sudafed or Tylenol and Afrin and function. I'll take making EB a chronic but very livable disease for now. We will continue to work with academic researchers, with our partners in the biotechnology and pharmaceutical world, until a cure is found, and a cure is found for all types of EB. We will continue to work with the FDA to influence the regulatory process, to work with our elected officials in the Senate and Congress to ensure advantageous policies are enacted into law, and of course with the insurance companies to make sure they pay for the treatments once approved. Throughout tonight, you'll see different ways you can support our organization. We need your help. Those living with EB need our help. Your support makes a difference, a big difference. And tonight, some pretty exciting news. One of our very generous contributors will match the first $100,000 donated, dollar for dollar. Let's not waste this opportunity. Please donate now. Tonight, you'll see and hear some fantastic solo performances from Grammy Award-winning artist, former Allman Brothers Band lead singer and guitarist, and lead vocalist and founder of Gov't Mule, Mr. Warren Haynes. You'll also hear from people like Vince Carter, Kevin Butler, and others in support of fighting EB. My hope is that by the end of this show, you'll understand why we have to keep fighting hard for those with EB. We say, please get involved, because the cost of doing nothing is too great. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce one of my favorite musicians and a friend, Warren Haynes.
Mysterious, blown in with the night. All this beauty captured in a frame, visibly shaken but never stirred, drives them insane. I see the way she plays her men, and I know I got to know her name. She's so beautifully broken, shaped by the wind, dangerously twisted. Here I go again. I see the way she cast her spell. It's like drowning in moonlight, discards them when she's done. They're lost in her twilight. I watch her move from star to star, and I wonder why it feels so right. She's so beautifully broken, you can barely see the flow, especially from a distance, which is always how I fall. Why do I fall for the dangerous ones, the ones that don't know how to let go? And why do I lie to myself, pretend that I can break her, well, she's already been so beautifully broken? Why do I fall for the dangerous ones, the ones that never learn to let go? And why do I lie to myself, pretend that I can break her, well, she's already been so beautifully broken, shaped by the wind, dangerously twisted. Here I go again. Here I go again. Here I go again.
It was nuts. He came out with obviously no skin on a few parts of his body. And I think our first reaction was like, what? We didn't know if it was like an instantaneous result of something, or if he was not going to be alive for too much longer. We just had no concept of what was going on for at least the first couple hours. But that's kind of how things went. And it just continued to get worse after that, for the next couple weeks.
So what exactly is EB? It's a group of rare diseases that are caused by a genetic mutation in one of several genes affecting the ability to make a structural protein. The exact type of EB is dependent on the gene and therefore on the protein affected. For example, in dystrophic EB, the Col71 gene is faulty, and that results in the inability to make a functional collagen 7 or any at all. All the different types of EB share a very significant manifestation. The skin is incredibly fragile, so it blisters and tears with the slightest friction or trauma. Remember, the skin is the largest organ, so that's why it's generally known as a skin disease. But there is a long list of secondary symptoms and complications that require visits to a number of different medical specialists. And to list them all would take a while. But to give you an idea, my daughter has surgery every 3 months to widen her esophagus so that she can swallow food. It can get so bad that it gets to the point where she can't swallow her own saliva. The point I'm trying to make here is EB affects every bodily system and every internal organ except for brains and lungs.
Yeah, it is more than just skin. It also affects my insides too. I constantly get wounds or blisters in my mouth. I also, as I said, have to get esophageal dilatation, and it affects like every single part of my body. And my hands, as you can kind of tell, are fused, so it makes it a little bit harder to do something, but I figured it out.
I can't imagine a more severe, heartbreaking disease. And these kids who endure this are heroes. They are amazing. They are stronger than you can imagine.
Hey, I'm Chipper Jones. I've been around a ton of people with EB, and let me tell you something, they are so strong. Strength, not a choice. Thank you to Deborah for always being there for them.
I leave school at around 3:40, come home around 3:50, let's say. And then on B&B days, which is my bath, as soon as I get home, I get my medicine.
We've heard from patients that suffer from RDEB that the lot of burden that is associated with large chronic wounds that they have, that there's a lot of pain that is associated, and they have to be on opioid use to control that pain.
Take oxycodone, take Tylenol, gabapentin, methadone, and there's one more. And Valium. And then what I have to do is go upstairs immediately. And my mom or dad unbandages me. Then I have to get in the tub filled with sugar plums and salt and obviously water. And then I get a rinse with bubble bath, water and salt. And I finally get to get out after a really long time, or what feels like it. And I have to go in the other room to get all my bandages put back on. And that could take around up to 4 hours. And then I get to finally go to bed. And I usually have to eat during my bath, like while I'm being rebandaged.
When we give him a bath and a bandage change, I feel like I need to restart. I'm sorry. You can go first. I feel a lot of ways about that one.
When we give him bath and bandage changes, I kind of make myself feel nothing at the time. It's kind of like I go into like a robot mode. I just do it because we have to do it. So I feel like if I let my feelings come in the way, then I'm just going to be sad the whole time. So I kind of don't think about it. It's like I'm holding my breath almost. And then when the change is done, I'm like it's done, we can breathe. And then 48 hours later, we got to do it again.
The thing that really strikes me, that really sets dystrophic EB apart is really how truly devastating it is in terms of the burden of disease, the cost, and just how relentless this is.
It's the psychological trauma of it all. It is so scary when you first have a kid with EB.
You can lean on me.
You have no idea what to do, and you feel incredibly alone.
What got stuck? It hurts.
It's only times when I have to talk about it, when I have to face it. But I only recently stopped crying every day. And it actually got me a little nervous because I don't want to become used to this. You never expect your child to be in pain on a daily basis. You try so hard and you do everything you can to take that pain away.
Your donation can help Rafi and other kids with EB. Give today because the cost of doing nothing is too great.
This is the worst disease that you never heard of.
And then with the kids, when we're doing bandages and there's those moments where he's just crying in pain and agony, they'll come in the room and try to comfort him and be like, "It's okay, Lucas, you're so strong." And they'll try to distract him. Look at this toy I have. Like, they've really matured in that sense where they can, like, they help us during bandage changes. There's so many times where me and my 8-year-old daughter do bandages together. She'll distract him and hold things in place while I wrap.
They've learned empathy over Lucas really well. Even our son, who's turning 6 now, he's still learning, but when it comes to the respect that he gives Lucas is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
He's a caretaker, and she is too.
We can sit and feel sorry for ourselves and cry and wallow, or we can just make the situation the best we can and try to give Lucas a good life, a fun life. And for him, even though it takes a lot more work, we still try to have him do things as a kid with no type of illness can do. The things that our kids can do, we still try to have him do, to experience that and just to still have a good, fun life, despite what he's going through.
Michelle and Joel are truly amazing parents. They derive strength from both Lucas, the 4-year-old boy with recessive dystrophic EB, and from their faith in God. There's a pretty well-known saying that says, God only gives you what you can handle. I think God gave Lucas, Michelle, and Joel.
My name is Katie Ramsey, and my beautiful, brave, sweet daughter, Sophia Grace Ramsey, lived for 1 year with severe junctional EB. And I would love to be holding her in my arms right now, but because of EB, I have to visit her here at the cemetery, and I hold her forever in my heart. So please join us in the fight to find a cure so that we can finally put an end to all this pain.
Hi, I'm Caroline, and I live with junctional EB.
And I'm Adrienne, and it's our distinct pleasure to welcome back Warren Haynes, who is going to sing the Allman Brothers classic, Melissa.
Crossroads seem to come and go. Yeah, gypsy flies from coast to coast, knowing many, loving none, bearing sorrow, having fun. But back home, you'll always run to sweet Melissa. Freight train, each car looks the same, all the same. No one knows the gypsy's name. And no one hears his lonely sighs. There are no blankets where he lies. In his deepest dreams, gypsy flies to sweet Melissa. Again the morning's come, again he's on the run. Sunbeam shining through his hair, prepare not to have a care. Pick up your gear, gypsy, roll on. Oh, crossroads, will you ever let him go? Will you hide the dead man's ghost? Will he lie beneath the clay? Will his spirit float away? But I know he won't stay without Melissa. Yes, I know he won't stay without Melissa. Oh, no, it just won't stay. Without Melissa. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Annie, and my son and I have the KLHR24 gene of EB simplex.
Hi, I am Muhammad, and I live with dystrophic EB.
So by now, I hope you're starting to understand that EB is the worst disease you've never heard of. Are you willing to get involved to help the 200 kids a year born with EB? Will you help the 25,000 people living in the US with this painful and devastating disease? EB attacks those living with it physically, psychologically, and financially. Please go to debra.org to learn more. Find us on social media. Join our team to run the New York City or Chicago Marathon. Donate now. Please, we need your support. And don't forget, we have a donor that's going to double the impact of your contribution. So I hope that you might be willing to commit to $25 a month, because it costs $25 to send one box of wound care supplies to a family. That's only 83 cents a day. And so, we send just about 800 boxes a year. Unfortunately, most insurance companies and many state Medicares and Medicaids don't pay for the necessary wound care supplies, or they may have a $2,500 yearly cap on those expenses. Debra is often the only option that families have. To put the scope of the problem in perspective, my family's monthly supply of bandages costs $85,000. Debra has several other programs and services available for the patient community. For instance, we have a nurse that's available by phone or email to answer questions. Almost 20% of the calls that come into the nurse are from the medical professional community wondering how to treat someone with EB. In our new family advocate program, either families or doctors contact us about a newborn. So we send them information about EB, what kind of insurance you're going to need, what coverage you need, and what the wound care products are that you're going to need. So we send a sampling of those products there as well. And we also add in a little EB-friendly stuffed teddy bear for the newborn. We put on conferences where families and children with EB get together, where people can meet for the first time with clinicians that specialize in certain aspects of EB care. And they can meet with and hear from CEOs of publicly traded companies that are developing therapies to help. Our programs are impactful. They do a lot for the families. We have found that 90% of the families that use our services say it has reduced their stress. 95% says it has increased their education about how to care for their child or loved one. It's important for you to support our work. Please consider donating to Debra now.
Hi, my name is Daisy Sherman. I live with junctional epidermolysis bullosa, and I am once again very excited to introduce Warren Haynes.
I said hard times, just an old friend, just an old friend to me. I said hard times, just an old friend, just an old friend to me. Tell me now, old friend, oh, when you gonna let me be? Yeah, feel the cold wind, it's howling down, blowing my soul. You feel the cold wind, I said it's howling down, blowing my soul. Well, I ain't an old man, but you know my time ain't long. Gonna be a hard rain, but you hear it in the distance, sounds so near. Gonna be a hard rain, can't you hear it in the distance? Sound so near. People, when the rain comes, it's gonna wash us all away from here. Mean old woman, oh people, won't you tell me what can she be? Mean old woman, people, tell me what can she be? She's the only woman, well, that ever meant a damn to me. I said hard times, just an old friend, just an old friend to me. I said hard times, just an old friend, just an old friend to me. Tell me, old friend, oh, when you gonna let me be? Tell me now, old friend, oh, when you gonna let me be? Tell me now, old friend, when you gonna let this poor man be?
Every morning he gets up just excited, like he's like, oh, I want to see my EB friends. I want to see my friends with special skin like me.
I've been hanging out in the kids' room, going to some of the events like the science show earlier today. Yeah, I think that's very important because it makes us feel kind of normal for once.
It was really cool because I could meet all other teenagers my age and people who I only know online. From here, you just relate to everybody. You could hang out with them.
You know, the parents, we can relate and we can talk and it can be meaningful to us, but we're not the ones suffering from it. And I think to have a child who can see another kid like him and say, they have special skin like me, but just being able to see someone who has bandages all over them that is like them is so important.
The most memorable part has been when we did the showboat and she unexpectedly decided to sing. I was pleasantly surprised because she was done with the Frozen song and she decided to sing it again.
This is that environment where I can see what other parents are doing and how they cut their bandages and what new products are out that we can use.
You can't replace getting to meet the families and hanging out with them all day.
It's very exciting to be in a place with people who you can, you know, even just walking by them and seeing them and saying, okay, I relate to them.
It's definitely a learning experience. You are learning so much constantly.
It really provides a lot of hopes for families to really kind of come in and see the medical side and, you know, hear firsthand from the doctors that are dealing with all this stuff.
I said, I just hope to God that I could live to see one day another person with EB, and y'all made that dream come true.
I'm so thankful that they do this for us, and without Debra, you wouldn't be able to survive with EB.
Hi, I'm Sarah and I live with dystrophic EB.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I live with dystrophic EB.
Hi, I'm Kevin Butler of the Chicago Bears and your Georgia Bulldogs. I've been involved with the debra organization for years now, and I co-host the EB at the RC Golf Classic with a great friend of mine, Brian Finneran. You know, we both truly believe that EB is the worst disease you've never heard of. This disease strikes many people yearly, and the physical, emotional, and financial burdens that it puts on these families is a great, great challenge. So I'm asking you to please make a charitable donation to the Debra Foundation so we can continue to provide products and services for families that have the challenge of EB in their life. So please join us in having a great new year, a wonderful Christmas, and from me to you, thank you for supporting the Debra Foundation, and have a happy holiday.
Debra has been tremendously helpful to us, and it was actually one of the first sites that we visited by looking up what was going on with Lucas, and it was the first package of bandages that we received, and definitely a relief. I mean, we still travel. We just went to Stanford today. We flew over there and we still travel with his Debra bag. Funny enough. So we feel like we have a support group and people like Debra, you know, and like if things were not to go well with bandages, I feel like there's information there and there's guidance and resources with Debra.
Yeah, and every handout that we got from doctors were from Debra. So. And
I feel like Debra's also become a family in a big sense. And there's not many kids like Lucas, and not many families, but the families that are out there, I feel like we've connected and started talking, and we can understand what's going on because of organizations that put things together like this.
Yeah.
I do want to add something about Debra, which may be different from many organizations. Debra, I mean, you guys actually care for the patients, because sometimes patients, as you know, Brett, may not have access to bandages and wound care as they're sorting out stuff with their insurance and stuff like that. And you guys, you know, are absolutely, you know, help these patients in the interim to make sure they have those, you know, missing supplies, and which is critical for these patients. So again, I think Debra does an amazing job. It's, you know, actually paying attention and caring for these patients. So that's important.
Hi, I'm Ella Murray, and I live with recessive dystrophic EB. I hope you enjoyed this performance of George Harrison's classic, Give Me Love, performed by Warren Haynes.
Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth. Give me light, give me life. Keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load. Trying to touch and reach you with my heart and soul. Whoa. Take hold of my hand so I can better understand you. Won't you please, oh, won't you give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth. Give me light, give me light. Keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load. Trying to touch and reach you with my heart and soul. Oh, oh. Just take hold of my hand. Won't you take hold of my hand so I can better understand you? Won't you please, oh, won't you? Just take hold of my hand so I can better understand you. Won't you please, oh, won't you give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth. Give me light, give me life. Keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load. Trying to touch and reach you with my heart and soul. Oh.
So families living with EB need our programs and services. In fact, they rely on them. They're so important that we allocate about $3 million a year to the direct-to-patient services. And on top of that, we've been funding the most innovative science over the past 40 years aimed at understanding the disease, at creating treatments and finding cures for all the types of EB. Our funding found the genetic cause of EB. Our funding created medical centers where people with EB can get care. The first national EB registry, which to this day directs our understanding of this disease, was funded by us. We funded science for gene therapies, for protein replacement, for medicines to cure the very aggressive skin cancer that eventually takes away our loved ones. Our funding laid the foundation for all the drug development underway today. There are more clinical trials today than ever, with even more being planned. Please support our work today, right now, because every dollar helps. Every dollar makes an impact. Remember, we have a generous donor who is matching the first $100,000 we raised tonight. All of this work has resulted in our first and probably our second FDA-approved drug in 2022. That wouldn't have happened without debra of America. We partner closely with the biotechnology and pharmaceutical companies working in EB. We help develop the protocols for testing therapies and drugs. We help recruit people into those trials, and we put together patient advisory boards to help the drug developers. Every year, we award a company that has started developing a therapy for EB a Partner in Progress award. And in this year, I'm very excited to present the 2022 Partner in Progress Award to Elox Pharmaceuticals.
Brett and Debra, thank you very much for this honor of giving us the award for your Partners in Progress award. We're delighted to be the 2022 awardee and excited about the work we're doing in RDEB, specifically in reading through the nonsense mutations found in the collagen 7 gene and the nonsense mutations found in the laminin 332 gene that are responsible for up to 70% of patients that have RDEB and JEB. We look forward to collaborating closely with the foundation and hoping to bring what could be a cure or near a cure for patients with this terrible disease.
We're super privileged to be, able to work with Debra on the work that we do. We've partnered with Debra here in the U.S. and globally for, quite a number of years, and it's been really beneficial to us in a number of ways. Number one, it gives us direct access and awareness to the disease, and that's important from a couple of standpoints. Number one, we know the disease at a theoretical level. We've all read about it. Some of us who are physicians have studied it and even seen patients with the disease. But to talk to the families, talk to the patients, and experience from that standpoint what it means to live with EB, it creates just a different level of engagement and passion and motivation, for the team. And we're a very patient-driven organization, and so having that touch point with the community is paramount to us. The other aspect to that is that there's from an investigational standpoint, just information that is useful to us as we think about developing our programs that we avail of through the relationship with Debra.
If Debra were not able to do what they do, I think the entire progression of finding a cure for EB would be slowed severely. I think families receive help on a number of different ways, including bandages and other help. But I think the biggest piece that Debra brings to the table is information from the patient to the company and information from the company to the patients. So what kind of therapeutics are being developed? What are the clinical trials out there? And how best to design these trials to help move this development forward.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Debra on 40 years of their incredible support to the EB community. In addition to supporting the EB community, they're also the voice of the patients. And when I say the voice of the patients, they bring the need of the patient in advancing and shaping the clinical development of important therapies. And it's not just with the industry stakeholders, but also regulators, payers. If you look at the whole ecosystem, Debra plays an important role on what is important to these patients and where there's value. And that's going to be very, very critical in advancing and improving the lives of these patients.
I think debra is critical for the success of our companies. Again, as I said, is when we embarked upon, working or researching in the EB space, without debra and having access to the patients and understanding the disease, I think finding a solution that is actually addressable could be almost impossible. So I think with debra's, efforts or its leadership in creating this kind of patient forum and inviting industry to those forums and giving us access to these patients and talking about the complete the disease, the different issues, the problems, the potential solutions, I think are very, very critical, because I've learned a lot, and that helped me take that information helped us actually, when we design what kind of a solution that we need to come up with for these patients, helps us design how we want to design these drugs to address the problem.
The bottom line here is that, that debra touches so much of what we do, from regulatory to market access to just understanding, what it will take to really, make the greatest impact. We really value that partnership.
I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to congratulate Debra of America on your 40th anniversary. Over 40 years, Debra served the members of this community who are battling this disease every day. And we wanted to thank Debra of America and Brett for all of your insights that you provided us whilst we've been developing our product Oleogel S10. Especially important in this journey is the role that Debra plays in bringing the patient perspective to the FDA regulatory process.
I approached the podium with a little trepidation because, strangely, my vocal cords seem to be attached to my tear ducts. And while I have been able to sit here stoically all day, I do fear an outpour of tears. I am tremendously humbled by hearing all of your stories today. Thank you. The physical impacts, the financial impacts, the psychological trauma that I have heard from parents having to inflict pain on their children, and the trauma of having to experience that pain daily is profoundly impactful to me.
On a good day, I can walk for short distances. On a good day, I have energy to learn and play. On a bad day, I cannot get out of bed because of the pain, or I have to sit in my room in total darkness because of a corneal tear, which makes me feel frustrated and depressed. On a bad day, my dressing change can take over 4 hours to complete, which feels like torture, because I know it will be a very long and painful process. I feel trapped and helpless during dressing change, because in my mind, I want to get up and run away, but I can't. During this process, my oxygen level will drop, requiring me to have oxygen through a machine. These dressing changes are very stressful on Mommy and Daddy because they have to hurt me in order to help me by cleaning and wrapping my wounds. My condition and its symptoms have not gotten better over time, but I have learned to live with my EB better as I have gotten older. I am a fighter with a strong hope for a better future. However, I do worry that my condition will worsen and I will not go to a prom, drive a car, or graduate from school. I am a happy and hopeful kid, but I am upset that this has happened to me. I am jealous that my brother is normal, and I get frustrated days that I cannot do the things that normal kids can, like play organized sports, because of the damage and pain it would inflict upon me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could imagine yourselves in my shoes, imagine your bodies being covered in large open wounds. Imagine the pain when those wounds and blisters are infected. Imagine your throat blistering and cutting off your airway. Imagine fearing going to the bathroom because your skin could rip. Imagine your fingers blistering from typing or writing. Imagine having a child like me and what your life would be like today.
Daisy, I am just in awe of you. That despite all that you go through and your fear, that you are able to describe yourself as a happy and hopeful child, that you feel that you are still able to feel happiness through all that you face on a daily basis. I really am in awe of you. You should be an inspiration to all of us. No one knows this disease better than all of you. What can we do to increase the chances of a trial being able to demonstrate success if the product works? How can we change these trials? What can we do to increase the chances of success? I think that's something for all of us to go home and think about. And I certainly will be putting some thought into it.
A couple of years ago, I started becoming a patient advocate for the rare disease community. In February 2020, I attended Rare Disease Week on Capitol Hill, in which patients across the rare disease community and advocates from patient organizations meet their congressional representative to advocate for policies that benefit rare disease patients. So I got to meet my California senators as well as my House representatives. I shared with them my story of living with EB, the struggles that I used to face and I still face today, and asked them to support legislation for example, the establishment of an FDA Rare Disease Center of Excellence and other such programs that can really benefit not just the EB community, but also the broader rare disease community.
Hi, I'm Darren Martinez, and I live with dystrophic EB.
Hey guys, my name is Vanessa. I was born with recessive dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa.
Hi, my name is Grace, and I live with epidermolysis bullosa simplex.
Hello, my name is Evelyn, and I have epidermolysis bullosa.
Hey guys, I'm Brian Finner, and former Falcons wide receiver. Congrats to Deborah for fighting EB for 40 years now and helping those children that suffer from this disease. Deborah helps, and you can help too. Just go to debra.org and donate today, because the cost of doing nothing is too great.
I want to say congratulations to Amrit Pharma and Crystal Biotech for recently presenting the results of their phase 3 trials. Both of these companies have shown that their therapies are helping patients. Now we at Deborah are turning our attention to make sure these therapies that are at the point of approval will be paid for. If insurance doesn't pay, it doesn't matter if the drug was approved. So we are currently developing an economic model to demonstrate to payers that these potentially expensive medicines will decrease cost of care. Even if used in combination with each other, we're going to show that it improves the quality of life. In some cases, it may be required to use more than one of those therapies, and a patient deserves and should be able to get it paid for. We are pushing for that access, that equitable access right now. Please help us get this done. Donate today by going to debra.org/donate. Text Deborah to 20222 or scan the QR code with the camera on your phone. Be a part of the cure. Join our fight against EB. Deborah can't do it alone, and we need your support. Just so you know, Charity Navigator, the leading charity watchdog, has awarded us 4 stars out of a possible 4 for the past 6 years. That means we are in the top 10% of all charities for effectiveness and for transparency. In other words, we are proven good stewards of your charitable dollars. And don't forget, tonight, and tonight only, one of our donors is going to match your donation dollar for dollar. Thank you. Please support us tonight.
I think Lucas coming into the picture and being really caught up with him I think it just redirected all of the
what's important in life.
Yeah.
Let's have a positive attitude. Even though this sucks, just changing your attitude and your perspective does make it a little better. You know, starting each day with, you know, just being grateful that you woke up today, you know?
But a common mistake that is made is that I cannot be touched. I can be touched, just not hugged too tight or rubbed against your heart. It's also very, I guess, anxiety-provoking because I'm anxious all the time about my pain. And I'd say it could also provide some benefits, like not running the mile at gym.
Hi, I'm Ellie, and I live with recessive dystrophic EP. Please welcome back Warren Haynes.
When you can't find the light that guides you through a cloudy day, when the stars ain't shining bright, it feels like you've lost your way, when the candle lights of home burn so very far away, oh, you got to let your soul shine, just like my daddy used to say sunshine is better than sunshine, it's better than moonshine, it's damn sure better than rain. Well, now people don't mind, we all feel this way sometimes, got to let your soul shine, shine till the break of day. I grew up thinking I had it made, gonna make it on my own. But life can take the strongest man, make him feel so alone. And now sometimes I feel a cold wind blowing through my aching bones. I think back to what my daddy said. He said, boy, in this darkness before the dawn, let your soul shine. It's better than sunshine, it's better than moonshine, it's damn sure better than rain. Well, now people don't mind, we all feel this way sometimes, got to let your soul shine, shine till the break of day. And sometimes a man can feel this emptiness, like a woman has robbed him of his very soul. And a woman too, God knows she can feel like this. Well, hey, when your little world seems cold, you got to let your spirit take control. Talking about sunshine, it's better than sunshine, better than moonshine, it's damn sure better than rain. The people don't mind, we all feel this way sometimes, got to let your soul shine, yeah, shine on and on and on. It's better than sunshine, it's better than moonshine, it's damn sure better than rain. The people don't mind, we all get this way sometimes, gotta let your soul shine, yeah, shine on and on and on and on and on and on, oh, to the break of day.
Thank you for watching tonight. I do appreciate your time. I hope that you come away with this learning that EB really is the worst disease you've never heard of, and that you've decided to get involved in the fight against EB, whether that be making a charitable donation tonight, going to our site and learning more, and participating in any of our endurance events or events. Love to see you at any one of them. Thank you to Warren Haynes for putting together just some great videos for us. I want to thank the debra of America Board of Directors. I want to thank the debra staff, who has been so committed to helping the EB patient community through COVID, these terrible times. Their commitment has been incredible, and I can't be more appreciative and proud of my team. Thank you to our sponsors, to our biotechnology drug developers, and to our friends, and for the EB patients that took time to contribute to this night. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful new year.